big news for England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland, with the confirmation that Turkey and Italy are going to be putting together a joint bid for Euro 2032. This means Turkey have withdrawn their bid for the Euros in 2028. So it will be coming to these shores in 4 years' time. I think the FA and all the football associations were pretty confident, almost certain that they were going to get the tournament in 4 years' time. But that is now definitely going to happen. That will be confirmed by UEFA next week. It's going to be a great event. Of course, you could argue that people are going to be having to go over to both Northern Ireland and Ireland as well. But I think, there's short distances involved. Scotland's just going to have one venue, as will Wales. And then it's going to be, intriguing, having it back in England as well. And Everton's new stadium is going to be one of the venues. And we got a taste for it in 2021 when Euro 2020 was staged. But that was more, in Wembley in terms of England. But it's going to be a terrific tournament, and it's definitely one to look forward to. And we'll put on a terrific show, and importantly for UEFA, it'll make them a lot of money. I think a lot of people do forget that while we look back with fondness at Euro 2021, particularly as England got all the way to the final, of course, there are games, the games at Wembley, they just weren't, at full capacity. Any of them, and the group stages were quite a low number that were allowed in. And of course, there were the COVID restrictions. England played in Rome against Ukraine in the quarterfinals, and no England fans were even allowed to go. We mustn't forget that it was a tournament that in some respects was successful, other respects was successful, and equally we mustn't forget the disgraceful crowd behaviour in the final. And that will be one issue that we will have to look at, of course. We can't have any repeats of that because it was an absolute embarrassment. And both the supporters and the organisers were to blame. But look, I think it'll be something to really look forward to. And the big dilemma is going to be that UEFA are only saying that even though Ireland are going to be hosting in Dublin, Northern Ireland in Belfast, Wales in Cardiff, and Scotland in Glasgow, there's only going to be 2 spots available. So we don't know yet how that's going to work out, but certainly the nations are going to have to qualify. And one theory is that all the nations qualify, and those that are successful, fine. And if there are 2 nations that don't qualify, they get the spot. The problem is what happens if 3 of the nations don't qualify, as could easily happen. Because at the moment, looking forward to this Euros, it's probably just going to be England and Scotland. So I don't think they're going to have to worry about qualifying. But look, it's a nice problem to have, and it's great that the tournament's going to go to all corners of Britain, along with Ireland. So the stadiums on the list, of course, Wembley Stadium in London, which will hold the final. You've got Tottenham ground, holds 62,300, so that'd be one of the venues. The Etihad in Manchester, not Old Trafford, but the Etihad. Everton's new stadium, which obviously is not complete, but will be by then. Newcastle St James's Park, Villa Park at Birmingham, and as you mentioned, Hampden Park, the Aviva Stadium, and Casement Park in Belfast. So they're going to be the stadiums. It would be nice if there's probably a few more on the list, because of course there's going to be 24 nations competing, which I actually think is too much. I prefer a 16-team tournament. But it will be well supported. Tickets will obviously sell like hotcakes, and it'll be the confirmation next week from UEFA.